Already this month, Ryan Garcia is returning on the ring and going to fight with Mario Barrios. This fight is very interesting, because we already seen their fights before that event, and they were very curious. First, Ryan Garcia fought with Devin Haney and defeated him, but he was caught on doping. Then he fought with Rolando Romero, and lost that fight almost by one-sided beating. Mario Barrios fought already once, and it was a draw. But then Manny Pacquiao returned on the ring, and that fight was also a draw. A current WBC champion in welterweight could not defeat an old fighter, who is now 46 years old, and it was a draw. But we already made a breakdown of that fight on our channel. This is something new. Something interesting is happening with Ryan Garcia. He is coming back to his roots, and he is going to fight as he fought before. Stay with us. A very interesting thing appeared in the internet, where Ryan Garcia is doing his pad works. It was vertical, but here we can see that he is striking fast, as at the beginning of his career, and the man who is holding him pads is new. For those who don't know, Ryan Garcia was promoted as the fastest hands in the world. There even was a documentary which is showing that Ryan Garcia started boxing from his 7, and he already was very fast. That's why he was called Flash. This videos during his shadowboxing attracted a lot of fans. That's why everybody followed him and watched his fights, even when he fought for his first WBC title. Despite that this title is an interim one, it equals to a regular belt. It was inducted first, when the champion is not able to protect it right now, because he is injured or he is busy in the super fight, for example. And when an interim champion is appearing, a regular WBC champion must accept a fight with him. But that idea was ruined because of business. Ryan Garcia became an interim champion, and all his fights were made by the same drawing. They are starting to fight. His opponent is trying to attack, and Ryan Garcia is making his fast shot. It is jab or left hook, and his opponent is rocked. The same drawing is continuing till the moment when his opponent is stopped. Then Ryan is starting to explode and the boxer is knocked out. Even if an opponent is surviving till the end of the fight, Ryan is repeating this drawing. Something close is doing Canelo Alvarez, the fighter who is chasing a knockout. And of course he is going to fight hard to try and knock out his opponent. All 3 fights with Gennady Golovkin went like that. And of course their styles are similar, because they had a coach, Eddie Reynosa, and they even trained together. Also Ryan's father is his coach. But if we are talking about the main training camp, Eddie was his coach before the fight with Luke Campbell. Then something strange happened, because Ryan Garcia started to work with Joe Goossen, of course is a very famous coach. But the difference is that he specializes at the close distance and at the middle distance. To be quick, the style that Shakur Stevenson is using. But Stevenson is a unique fighter, and that's what happened with Ryan. If we have a look at how Ryan trains with Reynosa, he started to punch harder and accented, when it was a speed. For now it is a strong hard punch, the same as Teofimo Lopez fought when he was in the lightweight. But Ryan's style requires a quick touch. His speed is his power. Goossen is trying to change his style, and the idea of this speed is losing. The fight with Emmanuel Tago is showing that Ryan started to dominate, but his speed is not working. He started to be aggressive, but he doesn't know how to knock out his opponent anymore, because Joe rebuilt that thing. But more obviously that thing became in the fight with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is Floyd Mayweather 2.0, but the difference is that he can walk forward. Mayweather is more a counterpuncher. Gervonta can choose how he can work. This style requires an incredible speed and power. Exactly what Joe Goossen is trying to build from Ryan. But it was too early. Ryan had his speed, but it was hard to combine it with some power. What happened in the fight with Gervonta? He became slow, because he tried to punch hard, Even when in the second round he tried to explode, he was dropped. And then he forgot about his body. Gervonta knocked him out through the body shot and said in the dressing room.
No, but he's slow though. He's slow.
And right after that, he decided to fire his coach Joe Goossen. And he took a coach, Derick James, who ruined his fighting style again. They started the journey from super lightweight. Ryan moved up. And in the fight with Oscar Duarte, he was very slow. Already during the pad works, we could see that Ryan started to fight from a distance. His speed completely disappeared. A very strange thing. A lot of people thought that he is not training and he started to age. And that fight showed that he is keeping the far distance. And he is not striking fast. He is even missing a lot. And he was able to knock out this opponent. But very, very hard. He almost lost that fight. Of course, everybody thought that Devin Haney would win, because Ryan Garcia completely lost himself inside the ring. Devin was a huge favorite. In that fight, Ryan surprised everybody when he performed 3 knockdowns. But if we will see the rounds with no knockdowns, Devin clearly took them. And then he was caught on doping and suspended for 1 year. Nobody knows what happened behind closed doors. But when he returned back after a year to fight with Rolando Romero, his fighting style was completely failed. We already made a breakdown of this fight on our channel where we showed how Ryan Garcia was even dropped. And he even doesn't know what to do with Rolando here, because he forgot how to fight from the middle distance as he fought. He is trying to work as a sniper from the far distance. Of course, he lost that fight by unanimous decision. And he looked like he even didn't train for that fight. Of course, that is a failure of Derick James. And right after that fight they split. And appeared some videos about his new trainings. A different guy who is holding him pads. And Ryan Garcia returned back to his old style. A lot of people are telling that Ryan's father is going to be his main coach. Exactly how they said this for a fight with Rolando Romero. But Derick James was at his corner. And now we can see some better quality of the footage appeared in Neon's video, where Ryan is working with this guy on the pads. Here we can see that he is fast again. He is doing a relaxed single shot. And when he is doing some series, he is also focusing on speed. Probably his father is the guy who is telling this coach what to do. And to increase that thing where they started. And fight as they fought before. Technically, it is a good strategy. But unfortunately, there are no sparring videos, or something more where they are training. Of course, we will not find it, because it is secret. Even when we found out that Joe Goossen started to work with Mario Barrios, and he is preparing him for Ryan. Ryan even gifted him a t-shirt, because he is thinking that Joe betrayed him. Of course, this coach knows Ryan well and how he is thinking. But David Benavidez joined his team. The guy who is literally big Ryan Garcia, and a nightmare of Canelo Alvarez, who is avoiding him as long as he can. His fighting style is very aggressive, when he fought in super middleweight, and now he is fighting in light heavyweight, a pressing machine who is demolishing his opponents. For Ryan, he is Canelo Alvarez, as he trained before, and they are training some speed together. Despite that David physically can't perform the same speed as Ryan, because he is heavier. But they are doing this. And of course they are drilling some new moves. And of course if they are training together. For 100% they are sparring together. Despite that David is bigger. Ryan can work with him as he worked before. And it will be easier to fight with Barrios. For 100% they are training some aggression. As Ryan fought before. They are going to fight as he was fast. They are going to bring this fighting style. At least it looks like that they are preparing this old fighting style. If Mario Barrios could not defeat Manny Pacquiao, 99% that Ryan Garcia will pass Barrios even by knockout. It will be a nightmare. Even if Ryan Garcia will press him down exactly as David Benavidez loves to do. When Benavidez just moved up after the bloody brawl with Caleb Plant, he felt himself not so confidently in that weight class. But he is still undefeated. Even when he fought with David Morrell, It was also hard for him to fight as he fought before. But in the fight with Anthony Yarde, we can see an old-school David Benavidez. For now, they are trying to make Ryan Garcia when he trained with Eddie Reynosa, but stronger, faster, and much more aggressive. What will be inside the ring? We will see already 21st of February.